In the home, cats can be very reluctant to go into their carrier. The best scenario is to teach them not to be anxious about the carrier, but instead value it as a safe place that they can enjoy being in. However, there may be times when you have to get a cat in the carrier and it has not yet been trained to go in there voluntarily. There may also be particular occasions that a trained cat does not want to go in, for example, because of an injury or feeling unwell. In both of these instances, you need to place the cat in the carrier gently but swiftly. Getting the cat successfully into the carrier first time round is important to keep the stress at a minimum for both the cat and for you. There are several ways you can do this. Before attempting to place the cat in the carrier, make sure it has some comfortable, familiar bedding in there. Spraying the bedding with synthetic facial pheromone Feliway Classic at least 15 minutes before it comes into contact with the cat will also help it sense the carrier as a safe and secure place to be. You can also place some food treats in the carrier which the cat may choose to eat once in. However, if the cat is going to the veterinary clinic and the vet has asked for food to be withheld and/or the cat suffers from travel sickness, it is best to omit the food treats. Having the right kind of carrier can make the job of placing the cat in it much easier. A carrier with a large top-loading entry point makes the job much easier, but it is also possible to place a cat through a floor-level entry point. For top-loading carriers, make sure the lid is open before lifting the cat. Use both hands to gently but firmly hold all four limbs together to prevent the cat struggling and using its legs as brakes against the carrier. Gently direct the cat towards the carrier entrance and lower it down into the carrier. Having its head slightly lower than its body can make some cats less likely to resist going in. Also make sure the tail is carefully tucked into the carrier before attempting to close the door. This technique can be used with any top-loading carrier. For top-loading carriers with a larger opening, such as wire carriers, be careful that the cat does not attempt to jump straight back out. Keeping a hand over the opening as the lid is lowered can help prevent this. For carriers that only open at the front, a cat may be encouraged to go inside with some physical encouragement, especially if there's a food treat in there. Gently lift the front legs off the ground and direct into the carrier. With the other hand, place gentle but firm pressure at the rear end to guide the cat in. Some cats will resist this technique, and so posting such cats in backwards is often easier. It stops the cat using its feet as brakes against the side of the entrance of the carrier. Again, hold all four limbs and the tail. For cats that are really resistant to going in the carrier, wrapping them in a towel or blanket before placing them in the carrier can help control the limbs and prevent a struggle. Wrap the towel or blanket firmly around the front of the cat, holding it together behind the cat. It may be safer to leave the towel or blanket in with the cat than try to get it out and risk the cat escaping or causing you injury. If the cat appears uncomfortable while in the carrier, cover the sides of the carrier with a blanket to help calm the cat. If it still appears fearful or anxious, you can completely cover the carrier. However, do not forget that training your cat to enjoy being in the carrier could avoid this situation entirely.